Ladies, you must live as if your greatest love story is still ahead of you. There are so many negative messages around the internet, the red pill content, so much toxicity, and overall too much unnecessary noise. And I have been dealing with that as well. I have entered my 30s very much heartbroken, thinking that I have lived through all the love stories I could have. And I am here to tell you today that this is not true. And the base thought for today's video is you must live as if your greatest love story is still ahead of you. And in fact, I believe that our entire lives should be lived with this philosophy, that the best days are still ahead of you. And in the last few years, I have gathered countless examples of and proved that this statement is true. And I know so many people who found their love in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. And the base belief of my YouTube channel is exactly based on this idea that we can work and keep improving ourselves, that we can grow younger and richer. I want to provide the light into the future for myself and the people around me. And today's video is about love, and especially the one over 30. And I know there are so many women who fear turning 30, or ones who are over 30, and they often feel somewhat fearful of the fact, insecure and unsure if they can really ask for certain things, if they can achieve what they always wanted. And the thing is that you never know when you are going to meet the love of your life. You never know when your life will turn completely into the direction you always wanted. And I have had this proven last week, and I will share with you my story at the end of this video. And now let's focus on the things we must set in order before your love arrives. I think the most important thing is perspective. The 20-something will think that the 30-year-old you is so old, but a 50-year-old will look at you as if you were a child. And I think this is very important. The perspective is everything. If you are 34, there are probably many 23-year-olds who would think that you are very old. But the 40-year-old man would consider you young and just right. And in fact, I have been talking recently with a man who asked me if he is not too old for me. He was 41 years old, and he actually considered me as too young for him, and he was worried about our age difference. And just think that there are so many women who have given up at the age of 30, thinking they are already done with life and all possibilities. And I think this is so sad to realize that they have given up on so much life potential. The thing is that they have killed their own possibilities by rejecting themselves. So what I want to say is that at any given age, there will be always someone who is older than you and considers you as very young. And I also want to invite you to consider yourself as that. Consider yourself as the most youthful, healthy, beautiful, and amazing person that you are, by the way. You need to believe in yourself, and life will provide you with the gifts you always wanted. Point number 2 is work on your belief. So no matter your age, you need to create a main vision for yourself, and you need to find the end goal for your life. If you believe that we live once, please take the time to imagine your desired future and then do everything to place your life and yourself on the right track. I know what it is for me. The process of finding out was not easy, but it was so worth it. And now, no matter what, I know the direction where I'm headed, and I want my life to go there and nowhere else. And I make all my short-term decisions according to the vision I have for my life. No detours, no time wasters. I am going there and nowhere else. And I would not say that believing in it is easy, but you really must do that. You need to decide that this is where you are going, and any other outcome is not welcomed. For example, I know I will never be satisfied being married to a person I do not feel attracted to, or be in a relationship where we lack love and desire. And I could have been married by now, but I could not create the life I want with the people that I have met. And I am actually very happy to wait for my husband. And no matter how I look at the past, I know I have not found him yet. And point number 3 is put all your ducks in a row, but put them in the direction of your desired future. And I have done that with myself. Not a day passes without me preparing for the life I want. I make sure I am my own 10 out of 10. I have figured out my goals, and all decisions I make, even the small ones, I make according to the main decision. And I have once read a thought that said something like, we must live our lives in a way that if what we always wanted appeared as a possibility, we must be ready. So be ready for the things you want and keep preparing for them. Keep educating yourself in the direction of that dream. For example, if you dream of taking a job abroad, learn the language of that country already. You never know when what you want will be possible for you to just take it. So you must be preparing for it before the possibility is presented for you. And life has shown me so many times that the desired possibility will appear, and it is your responsibility now to be preparing for it. Amal Clooney was 35 when she met the love of her life, and George Clooney, who always have considered himself a forever bachelor, he also changed his mind as soon as he met Amal. He was 53 years old when he got married.
I met George when I was 35 and starting to become quite resigned to the idea that I was going to be a spinster. My love, what I have found with you is the great love that I always hoped existed.
And now coming back to my story, 2 months ago, in the most unexpected way and through the most unexpected people, I was introduced to a person I felt a different level of recognition with, and a very complete and a deeply rooted attraction. That day I did not want to go out and I almost stayed home. But then I decided to go, and I was introduced to someone who I thought could be my husband. We hit it off, and I must say that he was almost a complete profile of my love list. And the story itself is somewhat finished and somewhat unfinished for me. I am not sure how this will end, but no matter what, I know that if he is not the love for me, I know that there will be life full of possibility to meet love at any age. And regardless of how this will end, I have learned a very important lesson. The lesson is that you never know when you will meet the love of your life. Your life could take a U-turn and change drastically within few months or 1 year. And I think that this is the beauty of life, that it can change in any direction any given day. I find this amazing. And with so many people walking on this earth, if you stay open and if you go out and socialize, you really never know when your life will change forever. And I think also this is why you should cherish every moment you are in. And this is also why you should truly cherish every moment you are in, every day that you spend single. Because you never know when will your single days be over. And even if you are sick and tired of it, remember that you will certainly miss it when you are married. And if you are married, you must also cherish the time you have with your spouse. Because people can come and go the exact same way as they arrived. They can be here today and gone tomorrow or in 5 minutes. So therefore, I would like to end this video with one more thought. Bloom where you are planted. And fully cherish what you have, because it can be gone literally anytime.